Brad and Danelle Nagel, along with their son and daughter-in-law, Matt and Kate Nagel, are master pork producers in Lyon County near Little Rock.
The farm consists of about 23,000 to 25,000 pigs marketed per year. We have roughly 600 acres of grass and crop ground.
Brad and Danelle both grew up on farms but have worked hard to get their own operation to where it is today.
So I started farming when I was a senior in high school back in the mid-'80s. I started dating her in high school, and then her dad hired me on their dairy farm and let me keep a few sows over there. So that's where the pigs started. And then in '94, we started custom feeding, just 2,000 head. And then every couple years after that, we keep expanding a little more.
I grew up in a dairy farm, like Brad said, so I've always been on the farm, but leaving high school, I went to college and got a degree in clinical laboratory science. And then our operation got big enough that Brad said, you know, either we need to hire help or we need your help. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to come back to the farm.
Expanding the size of the farm also included having Matt and his wife Kate return home about 7 years ago. Between the four of them, they all have their assigned roles and duties to make the farm run.
I take care of the older two groups. Danelle does the nursery in the first group, up to about 80 to 100 pounds.
I'm in some version of a truck every day, whether it's a semi pulling a pod of pigs or one of our other semis on a grain trailer or a feed truck. I go to the feed mill, grind the feed and haul the feed for the day. And after that, it's fixing the stuff that's broken, which usually happens. Something breaks every day.
I work for Avera, the health system, and so I actually work from home right now, which is nice. And on the farm, I help whenever it's needed. This year, I made all of the suppers during harvest. I'll help move pigs if needed.
Probably half the mornings we get up at about 4:30 in the morning and load a load of fat hogs, and Matt takes those to market before we ever start chores or anything like that.
Thanks to Brad's leadership, everyone on the farm knows that when it comes to comfort, the pigs are priority one.
Whatever it takes to keep the pig comfortable. We got portable heaters that we put in rooms if it's going to be a cold snap and they need extra comfort. In the summertime, it's not uncommon for us to do chores at 10 o'clock at night when it cools off. Just whatever's best for the pigs.
Brad's motto for us has always been that it's not about us, it's what's best for the pig.
Brad and Danelle have two other children in addition to Matt.
Shelby, our daughter, is our oldest. She is a doctor in Omaha with her husband Alex, and they have 2 kids. And then a son, Lucas, who's a senior at Northwestern College in Orange City, and he'll be getting married to Madison in July next summer, and he's decided to come back and work on the farm as well.
Matt and Kate, who have a young family of their own, know and appreciate the opportunity they have to work with family on the farm.
We have a 1.5-year-old son and another one in the oven. So he'll be here in February, another boy. Getting to spend that much time with your family is a great thing. You grow up this lifestyle and you kind of start to miss it. So when I went to college, I missed it and decided I'd like to be outside a little bit more, and came back and started farming.
The Nagels do their part to be good stewards of the environment and good neighbors to their community in Little Rock, whether it be through their farming practices or giving of their time.
We only live a half mile from town, and so when in spring and fall, when it is time to haul manure, we always make sure the wind is not blowing towards town.
Anywhere we can, we try to add a buffer strip, just because we haul a lot of manure. And then we do all of our grid sampling and manure sampling as much or more than we should, just so that we know we're doing the right rates and keep it all healthy. The biggest way I've been involved the last few years, we've been working on a bike trail in town to go around the park. So every summer we're pouring probably about 100 yards of concrete, just making that trail to connect all the way around the parks.
I'm involved with service group at church, so we do a lot of funerals and serve funerals, and then I've also helped coach the local high school basketball team. And I do some training with some of the girls in the area for basketball.
When asked why they raised pigs and the reason for their dedication to doing it well, the Nagels cited a passion for raising livestock, their family, and their faith.
We raised pigs because it was a way to have a job and income on the farm with animal agriculture. It's a way to bring your kids back to the farm.
I've always liked taking care of animals, and it's nice to have a good, clean source of protein, and you know what you're doing and how you're taking care of the meat, so you know it's done right.
I love it. I wouldn't want to do it any other way. I think that's partly what led him to come back, is that's how he wanted to raise a family. I couldn't think of a better way to raise them.
The question, why do we do what we do, brings me to the verse in the Bible. It's Colossians 3:23. And it says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as of working for the Lord and not for men. That's the motto we live by. We know that God has blessed us so much with this, but ultimately it's not ours, it's His. And so in whatever we do, we want to give the glory to God. And so we do our best.